All right. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see.
All right.
Yep.
Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai,
Bahashem, Bahadash. All right, double honors to the apostles. And salutations, you brothers, doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. All right, this is another episode of The Spirit Like the Wind. And just the season we in, man, what's more fitting to go into the Queen of Heaven spirit about to be put out the earth, man. All right? This economy is crashing, all right? And the pride that you women have gotten, that Esau has given you, man, is about to be taken away, man. They putting all these, the Mother's Day is coming up, they putting all these damn movies out, commercials, all right? The brawny paper towel shit, bitches on that, they the new brawny man. One bitch got one arm, and she's the image. This bitch got one arm doing the pose and shit. How you doing a brawny pose with one arm? It's America. This shit is crazy, man. In order for to put this shit out, man. All these vain philosophies and ways of living are through, man. All right? The way the Lord set things up in the truth is going to prosper, man. All right? You got with the song?
I got Jeremiah 44.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 11. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles, sorry, grab Luke 11. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation. So like, you know, I'm starting there. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 9. For the ungodly and its ungodliness are both alike, hateful unto the Most High. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation. Because the creature of the Most High, they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men and a snare to the feet of the unwise. All right, so these idols, they come with a whole spirit and idea of things. The Lord is going to put an end to this shit, man. All right, and how's he doing it? By destruction, man. All right, because these different ways of living have been a snare to a trap. All right, and they all leading you to what? Destruction, man. The Lord, hey, to hell with that Queen of Heaven spirit, man. This shit is through, man. All right, and to hell with all these other spirits, these different idols put off, man. Whether it's self-worship, man. All right, anything else. All right, great death is about to come and humble you people, man. All right, this is definitely Luke 11 and 27.
This is Luke 11, chapter 11, verse 27. It came to pass, as he spake these things, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him, Blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps which thou hast sucked.
Right, and blessed is the woman, the woman that gave birth to you. Let her be blessed. This is how Shai that's being spoken to, and she's praising his mother instead of him. Go ahead.
But he said, Ye rather blessed are they that hear the word of the Most High and keep it.
Hey, and that's who's blessed, man. Them that keep this word, man. All right. Starting with the man of the Lord. Be blessed, man. That's who's blessed, man. This women worship is through, man. Somebody get Acts 19 and 20. In fact, starting 18.
This is Acts chapter 19, verse 19, verse 18.
Yeah.
And many that believed came and confessed and showed their deeds. Many of them also which used curious arts brought their books together and burned them before all men. And they counted the price of them and found it 50,000 pieces of silver. So mightily grew the word of the Most High and prevailed.
Right, and this truth is increasing, man. All right, so what does that mean? The spirit of righteousness is going to overcome and put this darkness to shame, man. Lord is about to start bringing these judgments to put these idols, these different ways of living to shame. All right? That's gonna be those that let go of them ways, man. All right, but you motherfuckers that caught up in it, just stay into that shit, man. You got something else coming for you. All right, you just get down to verse 28.
Yeah, verse 28. And when they heard these things, it's like
Chill out there. 23.
verse 23. In the same time there arose no small stir about that way. For a certain man named Demetrius, a silversmith, which made silver shrines for Diana, brought no small gain unto the craftsmen.
Right. Diana is what you call the queen of heaven, man. All right? Same spirit, hey, that's the same spirit that Esau put out there with his Mother's Day vibration. All right, they put out there with this damn women's lib, this feminism. All right, the same spirit that's in all these damn movies and TV shows, man. All right, puffed up women and men that actually just completely submit to them. Every time you watch something, you got men saying feminists, man. Grown ass men, hairy as hell, talking about some big damn feminists, man.
Hey, that's crazy because I was going through my Google Plus and somebody had put up there, this dude, every month, this nigga wear his woman tampon on his face so he can. So the caption said, "I wear my woman's bloody tampon so I can show her that I relate to her struggle that she go through every month," or some shit. It said it was madness, man, and they had this man with a bloody ass tampon on his face with his woman standing behind him. Madness, bro.
It's bubble her up even more, and this nigga just completely submit. Hey, the Lord's gonna put this shit, that spirit out, man.
Talking about I understand what she going through. Nigga, I don't understand that shit. I don't bleed every fucking month.
You know, he do understand. He's being a damn fool. That's what he understands.
Weak ass nigga, man.
Yeah, how to be weak. All right, you keep going.
It says verse 25. It says, whom he called together with the workmen of like occupation, and said, sirs, ye know that by this craft we have our wealth. Moreover, ye see and hear that not alone at Ephesus, but most throughout all Asia, this Paul hath persuaded and turned away much people, saying that they be no gods which are made with hands.
There you go. So, hey, the Lord is finna start showing that He is that true power, man. They ain't finna start, and He is showing it, man. He's about to increase what his works on this earth, man. All right? And all these other fucking false ways are about to be through, man. Like Isaiah 32 says, man. You women gonna be humble, man. Yeah, you people that got pride in yourself, you're gonna be humble. Hey, if somebody can grab it, Isaiah 13, you cast down a lofty, and how it looks. All right? Find the verse in Isaiah 13. All these motherfuckers after idols are about to be humbles, man. All right, and anything outside of serving how about Shem Shad is idol for the record, man. All right, even if you like these false camps that maybe even know the names, man, they don't serve you how about Shem Shad and doctrines. They serving idols, like Colossians 3:5 says, man. The Lord is about to come humble them.
Verse 11.
This Isaiah,
Speak up.
and this Isaiah 13 and 11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the
Arrogancy.
arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low and haughtiness of the terrible.
There you go. So the Lord, through His word, about to humble these people, man, to show that these guys they serve ain't gods, man. Goddamn Egyptologists talking about the black woman is a god, man. This dude putting the damn bloody tampons, and that's how you know that shit is fucking simple and folly, man. He putting blood on his fucking face, man. That means showing his lip. Man, that shit is crazy. And that's filth. Because Because that's a woman's her body's cleansing itself. That's like somebody taking a shit on your foot in a sense, man. Because it ain't just blood that comes out, it's actually the discharge and else comes through. They cleaning out the egg that wasn't used, man.
Yep. This is 2nd Esdras 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
That's right. So the destruction is coming because you walked after pride, man. You walked after your own way. What it says, stubbornness is as idolatry.
Yep.
You walked after your own way. Hey, grab a Sirach 25, and I'll tell you the verse in a minute. You keep going on it.
This is good. It's Acts 19 and 27. Sorry, I'm going to read 26. However, ye see and hear that not alone at Ephesus, but almost throughout all Asia, this Paul had persuaded and turned away much people, saying that they be no gods which are made with hands, so that not only this our craft is in danger to be set at naught, but also that the temple of the great goddess Diana should be despised and her magnificence should be destroyed, whom all Asia and the world worship it. And when they heard these sayings, they were full of wrath and cried out, saying, "Great is Diana of the Ephesians."
Right, so these niggas, man, they worship this damn nigga woman, man. All right, because when you go to this word Diana, of course, it's the fucking Greek, the so-called goddess, right? When you skip down, it says the name of the Grecian goddess borrowed by the Asiatics. And what these niggas call themselves, the Asiatic black man, these niggas call themselves that shit, man. These people that's gone away from the Lord, man, they all worship these fucking women, man. Fucking madness, man. They pushing their song. Hey, damn, I hate that damn new song. That 2 Chainz and
My Mama.
Yeah,
My Mama.
Proud. Yeah, it's called Proud.
Yeah.
The name of the song is called Proud. And then they talk about make my mama proud. He said I sold dope with my mom. I did. Again, I said the 3rd chapter. The nigga said I sold dope wood and shit. He talking about all this killing niggas and doing wickedness, man. And that's making and it's what made his mama proud. I'm sorry, Isaiah 12.
It says 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee, cause thee to error, and destroy the way of thy path.
There you go, man. They cry, they falling after, just like the Ephesians, Asiatics, man. That's what they like to call themselves these days. Asiatic black men. All right? They follow right after that same fucking shit, man. Make my mama proud. I sold dope, but I was locked up with the feds broke in, but this shit is ridiculous, man. And it said that's who destroyed our fucking path, man. Going after the idol of women have destroyed many. Whether it's your mama, your fucking, like I said, 2nd Esdras, your actual woman, man. All right, you got to go after the truth, all right, and be in order. The Lord has put, all right, but this word is going to overcome the world, man. Put all this shit to shame. It's like right here in Acts, people was fucking mad about it. They're going to be mad again. Hey, but this time around, they're going to get put to death. All right, because destruction is coming, man. What's it on the Acts?
I got it. Because like the brother said, they was pissed. And what's the main thing they was pissed about? This is Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 2. It says, "For verily desire of gain devised that, and the workman built it by his skill," the desire of gain. Because it said what, man? It said Alexander the coppersmith, who got no small gain. I mean, he was getting big bread off idolatry, man. You know? The makers of these idols, man, it's all gaining and getting for them. This is Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 7. It says, "For the potter, tempering soft earth, fashion it, every vessel with much labor for our service." Yea, of the same clay he maketh both the vessels that serve for clean uses, and likewise also all such as serve to the contrary. But what is the use of either sort? The potter himself is the judge. And employing his labors lewdly, he maketh a vain god of the same clay, even he which a little before was made of earth himself, and within a little while after returneth to the same out of the which he was taken, when his life which was lent him shall be demanded. See? So his ass gonna turn right back into the clay that he so-called made that God out of, man. It says, verse 9, notwithstanding his care is, not that he shall have much labor, nor that his life is short, but striveth to excel goldsmiths and silversmiths, and endeavoreth to do like the workers in brass, and counteth it his glory to make counterfeit things. His heart is ashes, his hope is more vile than the earth, and his life of less value than clay. For as much as he knew not his maker, and him that inspired into him an active soul, and breathed in a living and breathed in a living spirit, but they counted our life a pastime, and our time here a market for gain. This is the makers of idols mindset, man. For say they, we must be getting every way, though it be by evil means, man. So they know the things that they're doing. It says, for this man that of earthly matter maketh bricked vessels and graven images, knoweth himself to offend above all. And all the enemies of thy people that hold them in subjection are most foolish and are more miserable than very babes. For they counted all the idols of the heathen to be gods, which neither have the use of eyes to see, nor noses to draw breath, nor ears to hear, nor fingers of hands to handle. And as for their feet, they are slow to go, man. You know, in Psalms 115, if I'm not mistaken, it compares everybody who worship these idols unto that idol, man. They don't have the eyes to see, you know, they don't have the ears to hear, man. They bow just like the thing they created, you know.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Like that Jeremiah 44.
Yeah, I'm holding it. You want to know?
Now you got to another one.
No, that was it. This is
You got it, that shit. There you go.
This is First Ezra 4 and 26. Yeah, many there be that have run up their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Many also have erred and sinned for women. You know, like the word was saying with that tampon. Then you got motherfucker that are trying to see how pregnancy feels, doing all these tests and exalting that. And that's really a curse. You know, the women take glory in that, or the strength of a woman, like give birth and all that.
Right, that's proud as fuck. That's a curse to them, man. The Lord put that curse on them. And they talk about the stuff going, no, man, you're going to be pain because the Lord makes you go through it. And you will endure through that pain because the Lord makes life continue, man. Man, it's fucking prideful, man. They pushed that vibration. Even all I thought about when you said the pregnancy thing, it was an episode of the Cosby Show, man. When the men thought they had like went to sleep or some shit. They thought they was the ones pregnant. They pushed that story out there heavy, man. You gotta understand, this place is built off witchcraft. Now Isaiah 47 chapter, you saw all this off witchcraft, man. They push certain spirits out there. All right? Because what's been coming out lately since leading up to fucking Mother's Day. All right? They've been glorifying the woman more and more on commercials and movies and shit, man. They the fucking boss, man. Yeah, that's what it was. The water. It was what's the new one coming out there? It's a remake of it. Ocean. That's what it was. That's the scripture said. Oh, the Malcolm put the Ocean's 8 out. That's what it was. The Malcolm put the Ocean's 8 video on the video. I clicked the video, man. You found it.
It says every month after my girlfriend has her period, I wear her used pad to demonstrate that yes, I am a feminist and that I'm doing my best to show that I understand her experience. Look at this man. Bloody ass shit all on his face. Got a tape to his face, man.
That's part of the visitation, man. That great war ignorance, man. Y'all gonna get dumber and dumber to this shit, man. Gonna fuck y'all up more and more. That's madness. But hey, yeah, that's the movie. They made an all female cast and shit, man. They supposed to be this raw with it. Yeah.
I would say something else, but I don't want to give the spoiler alert.
The movie?
At the end of the Avengers.
Oh yeah, please don't.
Hey, for you brothers that seen it, you know, after all the credits that went through, man, hey, the next movie that's coming out. I didn't say the name. I didn't know it.
Yeah, you did it, man. Oh, this is the green bitch.
Who's the green bitch?
His daughter. Daniel's daughter.
Oh no.
All right,
No,
don't tell me that.
No, that bitch is part of Guardians of the Galaxy.
She was they went in the business?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't tell me that. I'm a bad guess. I'll figure it out.
Tell them on, brother. It's more on what you got? When you brother got something? No? This is Jeremiah 44:4. This is Jeremiah 44:1. The word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the Jews which dwelt in the land of Egypt, which dwell at Migdol and at Taphanes and at Noth and in the country of Pathros, saying, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel.
Right. So, Salaki, what is this, man? This is Egypt all over again.
That's right.
All right. This is Revelation 11:8. And their dead bodies shall line the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. Well, you know, come like Queen Heaven Spirit, man, a bunch of effeminate ass men, they're faggots. Faggots in the bundle of sticks, and they will get burned up at the end of this. It was not a hateful slur, it's just literal. They will get burned. What I mean is homosexuals, those sodomites, man.
That's right.
Feminism bred this shit, it increased it, man. All right, men they having a woman stick their fingers up their butt. They talking about they embracing it, the feminine side. Cross dressing. No, man, you niggas are just gay. Like the niggas in the army,
I was just thinking that.
Walking around in pumps and camouflage, man.
The NFL, it's a whole month. They make them wear all pink for breast cancer. Yep. And if they decide, no, I ain't right, I ain't wearing no pink, no, they gonna bench them. You know.
That's crazy. Yeah, they push that spirit out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It says
and Slackman and Sodom and Egypt were also our Lord was crucified. All right. And what is this called, man? The mother of harlots, man. The mother of witchcrafts. All right, they pushed that spirit out there heavy, man. The idolatrous, because idolatry and witchcraft go hand in hand. They pushed that spirit out there heavy, man. This place is built off this. Esau gets it's part of his fucking magic, man. Mm-hmm. Having disorder. It says women and children oppress us, man. Fuck up our ways. Who's that child right there? All right, Job, the 30th chapter, the first verse, if I'm not mistaken. All right, Esau is, man, he that is younger than I, man, more insignificant. Mm-hmm. All right, he's that child, man. And who does Satan go to, man? Eve.
A weaker vessel.
That's right.
You putting a weaker vessel as your power. That's what the word God means. It means power. You having a weaker vessel is your power, man. Just like the idols. It said, look, they never lived not once, but yet you live. They never breathe, but yet you breathe. Yet you giving your power onto something that's lesser than you, man. It's back in Jeremiah 44:2. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel. Ye have seen all the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem and upon all the cities of Judah. And behold, this day they are a desolation, and no man dwelleth therein.
Right, we already got fucked up in captivity. Isaiah the 1st chapter. You know?
It says, because of their wickedness, which they have committed, to provoke me to anger, and that they went to burn incense and to serve other gods, whom they knew not, neither they, you, nor your father. Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, Oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate. But they hearken not, nor incline their ear to turn from their wickedness, to burn no incense unto other gods. Wherefore my fury and my anger was poured forth, and was kindled in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, and they are wasted and desolate as at this day. Therefore now thus saith the Lord power of hosts, the power of Israel, wherefore commit ye this great evil against your souls, to cut off from you man and woman, child and suckling out of Judah, to leave you none to remain? In that ye provoke me unto wrath with the works of your hands, burning incense unto other gods in the land of Egypt, whither ye be gone to dwell, that ye might cut yourselves off, and that ye might be a curse and a reproach among all the nations of the earth. Have ye forgotten the wickedness of your fathers, and the wickedness of the kings of Judah?
All right, so look what happened. We fucked up, served idols, got placed in captivity, and you motherfuckers still don't want to get right. The man Lord out there telling you what it is, rising early, saying do not this abominable thing. Clearly, hey, look, you know, the man is putting a tampon on his face. Clearly, this shit is fucking bugged out. All right, you can't tell feminism is bugged out based off of that action alone. Guess what? You're gonna know real fucking soon, man. It's gonna turn up. It's gonna get played more in their minds. All right, then ultimately when this destruction start coming, all right, you gonna wish you had a man in. You're gonna wish you was humble and up to subjection in, man. Like the Ronda Rousey bitch talking about at the end of this age, or when the apocalypse comes. All right, she got to survive. Like she's gonna have to make it. And who she is. About you can search that article, man. It's like Ronda Rousey, purple or some shit. In the recent article.
It says, this is her speaking. I am a big doomsday prepper. I think of it as a very positive outlook on the world. Some people think it is negative, but I think as a self-proclaimed genetic cream of the crop such as I am, I owe it to humanity to survive the end of the world. It's my responsibility.
It gets worse. This pride gets worse. Read that scripture I posted, man. That pride gets worse.
This is the brother Yuana. This is Job 40:11. Cast abroad the rage of thy wrath, and behold everyone that is proud, and abase them.
Right, she's talking about she the cream with the crop. Hey, bitch, then why you go to the WWE? Why you in stay fighting in the UFC, man? You start getting your ass, like you want to say, the facts of life, man. It will start to pack your ass up, man. You started to lose. Bitch. Yeah.
This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 13. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. And that's what's gonna happen, man. All you prideful gonna be, all you proud, you're gonna be brought down low, man. All right, you're gonna get real fucking uncomfortable out here for y'all, man.
Can you read 7?
Verse 7. Pride is hateful before the Most High and man, and by both does one commit iniquity.
So the Lord hates pride, and it said, and man. You know? And man. A man hates a prideful motherfucker, man. Look at Donald Trump. The majority of the people hate America because of the pride of this place, man.
This is Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the high host, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. All right? So that day of destruction is going to be upon this place, man. We'll see how cream of the crop you is that day, man. Like you said, it ain't about blessed the paps, man. The woman says, blessed whoever hear his word, man. All right, that's where the blessings coming from, man. And the women that receive part of that blessing because they're attached to a man. You can keep going that article, and you got to preach very much too.
It says,
somebody grab Ezekiel 9 to prove what I just said.
Because a lot of these skills that were commonplace, every generation we know less and less and less about them because it makes people money for us not to know. Every single person in here, their survival plan is a grocery store. If all the grocery stores closed, what would you do? That's a scary thought.
Keep going. Yeah, what would you fucking feminists do? I hope they got the other fucking part.
Nah.
They ain't got another part. But basically, that was enough said. She said she cream of the crop. She got to survive, man. All right? She basically saying, hey, damn, let me see. All right? But nevertheless, this shit is going to crack, man. What you going to do then? All right? What are you going to do then? This bitch, she thinks she got some damn goat. What about when people come invade your land?
Right.
Grab that second Andrews, what is it, 15? What about when these people come into your shit to get some of your goats and chickens? You proud bitch. What you gonna do then, man?
$15, yeah, 18 go.
This is second level, 15, 18. But because of God, the cities that be troubled, the houses.
That's the spirit. Because of what? Pride, man. Because of pride. Because you motherfuckers are proud. Hey, the Lord got to destroy. He's gonna humble you, man. He's gonna let you know you ain't shit. All right, he's gonna let you let death can knock on your doors. Yeah.
It says, well, because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, their house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for a great tribulation. Behold, saith Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to gather to me with, from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and living to turn themselves against another.
They come. They said they're gonna be your neighbor's gonna come besiege you, basically, come to your crib, man, for lack of bread. So she got all these goats and talking all this shit. All right, but these people ain't gonna have that, and now they know you got it. They're gonna be coming looking for you, man. All right, coming right to your shit to grab you. What you gonna do then? All right, and when this shit get like the purge for real, what you gonna do, man? The Lord is in control of all of this. These people think they can handle shit themselves, man. Hey, you gotta get that Jeremiah 44, man. These bitches and these niggas that follow think they can handle this shit themselves, man.
This is Psalms 12:3. Yahweh shall cut off all flattering lips and the tongue that speaketh proud things. This is verse 4. Who have said, with our tongue we prevail, our lips are our own. Who is Lord over us?
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna cream with the crop. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I owe it to humanity to survive. In fact, I think that is the quote. I think they had it in different. They had it in different order the first one. In the article I said, she said she owed it to humanity. She's just so fucking great. She's expected to make it through the whole shit, man.
This is 2:12. It says, for the day of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, Lord of hosts, shall be upon every one that is proud and lofty, and upon every one that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. Hey, so that's what's gonna happen to all you people walking around in your pride, man. You know what it says, humble thyself in the sight of the Lord, man. This is back in Jeremiah 44 and verse 4. It says, "Howbeit I send unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, Oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate. But they hearken not, nor incline their ear to turn from their wickedness, to burn no incense unto other gods. Wherefore my fury and my anger was poured forth, and was kindled in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, and they are wasted and desolate as at this day. Therefore now thus saith the Lord, power of hosts, the power of Israel, wherefore commit ye this great evil against your souls, to cut off from you man and woman, child and suckling out of Judah, to leave you none to remain. And that ye provoke me unto wrath with the works of your hands, burning incense unto other gods in the land of Egypt, whither ye be gone to dwell, that ye might cut yourselves off, and that ye might be a curse and a reproach among all the nations of the earth." And guess what's the incense today, man? It's your prayers, man. The prayer said that the Bible said that our prayers is like a sweet smell, is like an incense to the Lord, man. You know, the sacrifices we give now is the praise of our lips, man.
And said the prayers went up like the incense,
Mm-hmm.
like the smoke.
So if you're not praying to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in truth and in sincerity, guess what? You're burning incense to other gods, man. It says, verse 9, "Have you forgotten the wickedness of your fathers, and the wickedness of the kings of Judah, and the wickedness of their wives, and your own wickedness, and the wickedness of your wives, which they have committed in the land of Judah, and in the streets of Jerusalem? They are not humbled, even unto this day."
There you go. They ain't returned to this day, man. And keep it Isaiah 1 and 3. To this day, man. Say, you gotta remember the wickedness. Look, we ain't fucking. You just think that these niggas, man. You just think we over here suffering for no damn reason, man. Everybody's supposed to be niggas. You know, when I say niggas, I mean all the tribes supposed to be so fucking spiritual. They ain't stop to consider that we in this captivity for a reason, man. And then you got the prophets telling you why, showing you why, and explaining it. And these people still want to go after this wickedness, man. You're gonna be humble, man. You don't want to humble down now. You're gonna be humble. Go ahead.
That's what we were talking. It's Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 22. "Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace." So here it is, we catching all this hell, and like you said, they supposed to be so spiritual, you know. But the things we suffer, they call it peace, man. You know, one I always like to bring up, it was that flood. It was a hurricane down south, and this nigga laying on a mattress, floating in the goddamn flood, smoking a blunt, man. Here it is. That was brought as judgment, man. That was punishment. But this dumbass nigga laying on the bed, floating on the goddamn flood, just smoking.
And some of them were having a whole cookout.
They cook barbecuing that goddamn swine. They had the goddamn rubber boots, the water boots up here. They in the goddamn flood, just having a cookout, man. That's why the Lord said, brother, got it, Isaiah.
Isaiah chapter 1. "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know, my people does not consider."
Sloppy. That they call this nigga thinking he's doing a good thing. He's happy about it. I'm pretty somebody he's a feminist. All right, these great plays they call fucking peace, man. This is crazy. He's rejoicing and shit. He think he's doing something good. He's happy about it. It's fucking sick, man. That's a mental condition. That's a plague of the mind from the Heavenly Father, man. God damn, don't do it, man.
Isaiah 1 verse 3. "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know, my people does not consider. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity of evildoers. Children, they are corrupters. They have forsaken Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They have gone away backward." Why should ye be stricken anymore?
Exactly. You know, why should you be stricken anymore, man? Because what's gonna happen? Go ahead.
Ye will revolt more and more.
Like it says, he that often reprove harden his neck. So unless you goddamn people, man, 2/3 of our people. You see? And that's why you're gonna die the death of the uncircumcised, man. Your sins is piling up with the rest of these heathens. Go ahead, bro.
It says, ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart is faint. For the sole of the feet, even unto the head, there is no soundness in it.
No sound. It's completely fucked up, man.
The wounds and bruises and putrefying sores, they have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment.
Right, you're wide open sores ready for an infection, man. All right, and that infection is going to be what? This destruction that comes, man. Take you out of your misery. All right, because you refuse to humble down to the will of Yahweh Shem and Shine, man. All right, this captivity wasn't enough for you. All right, dealing with the shit we got to deal with from being in this hell ain't enough for you. But guess what? Hey, you're going to get judged for it. You keep going at Jeremiah. Nothing like that. And the Lord don't keep fucking telling you the same thing. Now the judgment's gonna come. And the apostle Hart been teaching this thing for 30 years, 30 plus years, man. All right, this is coming to a wrap. America can't stand too much longer. And you motherfuckers can't see that. You still want to go after your fucking own pride and your heart, the lust of your eyes, and that's really what it boils down to. You go after the lust of your eyes, man. You can have a fucking nice crumbs. That's all you're getting, crumbs off the so-called white man's plate, man.
It's back in Jeremiah 44, verse 10. They are not humbled even unto this day, neither have they feared, nor walked in my law, nor in my statutes that I set before you and before your fathers. Therefore, thus said the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will set my face against you for evil, and to cut off all Judah. And I will take the remnant of Judah that have set their faces to go into the land of Egypt to sojourn there, and they shall all be consumed and fall in the land of Egypt.
Right now, of course, this saying Judah right here because this is who was left at this time period of Jeremiah. But what? This is spiritual. Now, when you look at it spiritually, talking about now, it says we all come from the waters of Judah, man. That spirit is that Queen of Heaven spirit is upon the tribes right now, man. All right, the lab tribes worship what? They worship, of course, Mary, the Guadalupe,
Mother Teresa,
right? All that
all
shit, man. And they be heavy into a damn Nick, into a woman. The lab tribe be heavy into that shit, man.
it says, they shall even be consumed by the sword and by the famine. They shall die from the least even unto the greatest, by the sword and by the famine, and they shall be an execration and an astonishment and a curse and a reproach. For I will punish them that dwell in the land of Egypt, as I have punished Jerusalem, by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence. So that, and it says greatest to the least, man. So to this least motherfucker with the fucking tampon on his face, all the way to Kanye West whole ass, man. All you goddamn people, from the greatest to the least, man. It says
These politically correct motherfuckers. Hey, these niggas that put these bitches on a pedestal, man. Niggas supposed to be gangster rappers. They talking about a bitch that's an independent bitch getting this. What the fuck are you talking about, man? I thought you're supposed to be gangster. I thought you're supposed to just be a bitch. These niggas are fucking faggots, man.
Mm-hmm.
They talk all that tough shit. They fucking secret faggots, man.
Right. Right. Hey, because when you see videos when they actually get in some fights and shit, they can't even fight. They be throwing hands, pulling hands. Like some bitches, man. I got a quick one.
They promote hoes dead out of order. You are a feminine asshole, man. Yeah.
It says, this Proverbs 8 and 13. The fear of Yahweh is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy and evil ways, and the forward mouth do I hate. All right. I got another one that says, Proverbs 11 and 2. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, and with the lowly is wisdom. Hey, there's nothing good come out of pride, man. Hey, not too long ago, I seen a video. Fucking Edomite being prideful as hell. Young had some fucking groups, or I don't know, probably Jake. But I think
Oh, yeah.
the bitch talking about getting it right the first time. Ooh, talking about, my son eat. I ordered red vegetables. I don't know what. And then this bitch walked into the fucking door.
Right. She walks right to the door. Whereas if she looked back off, she was slightly humbled right there. She talked all shit, she hit herself and she leaves and shit. She was talking big shit. This is America. Get right the first time.
And it wasn't even like a plain glass that it had fucking signs on it.
Like it had something in the middle of shit. Bitch, what? Walked right into it, man. Talking all that shit.
You can see all the time. You can look it up on YouTube. Showboating gone wrong. Motherfucker get prideful. Hey, this motherfucker running down the field, winning the fucking football game. He get prideful, started fucking showboating. Trips, fumbles the ball, the team grabs it. Game's over. You fucked it all up.
I remember one like that. The nigga Deshaun Jackson, he played for the Eagles. Yeah, I think it was a punt return or a kick return touchdown or something. And he got right by the 1 yard line. And he spiked the ball before he crossed the touchdown. So he didn't even get the touchdown. They picked up the ball and ran it the other way. Yeah, that was it on that. It's back in Jeremiah 44 and 13. It says, "For I will punish them that dwell in the land of Egypt, as I have punished Jerusalem by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence, so that none of the remnant of Judah which are gone into the land of Egypt to sojourn there shall escape or remain, that they should return into the land of Judah, to the which they have a desire to return to dwell there. For none shall return, but such as shall escape. Then all the men which knew that their wives had burnt incense unto other gods, and all the women that stood by, a great multitude, even all the people that dwelt in the land of Egypt and Pathros, answered Jeremiah, saying, As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of Yahweh, we will not hearken unto thee, but we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth, to burn incense unto the Queen of heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings and our princes in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. For then had we plenty of victuals, and were well, and saw no evil."
Right. So they going again. They talk about this ain't just a fucking damn woman talking shit. These bitches talking about just saying F serving the Lord, man. And you know why? Because those men stood around from the beginning and allowed them to fucking burn them incense. And they was with that shit, man. They right there with them talking shit to this prophet too, man. That's the spirit that's on these niggas to this day, man. They allow these bitches to be all out of order. All right, they promote it. They enjoy it. They do it. They partake in it. They put the damn pad on their face, man. You get that's the right.
And it said then we had plenty of victuals. So it's comfortability.
Right.
They got what fulfills the lust of their flesh, man. They comfortable, They consolation. That word consolation means a comfort, man.
It's gonna be real uncomfortable for you, motherfucker. This is Sirach 25 verse 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to get abroad.
Now, that shit should have been stopped right there, man. All right, right there. And say this nigga, he served the Lord, and she was just going off, and he should have checked her right there at that fucking moment. Then you don't talk to a man like that, a prophet of the Lord. But these niggas, they allow these bitches to talk shit. Like the one bro that they was in a restaurant, that there was Lord of the Kingdom dudes, and the one dude fought 5 dudes. Because his bitch was talking shit. He had to finally say, look, you gotta be quiet. I can't keep fighting. No, I can't fight all these dudes. But she's still going, talking shit. At first, he just fighting. He just there. He don't care. He just with her. He, just doing the shit with her, man. He realized he finna get his ass beat. And so he finna get jumped. He's like, I can't keep doing it. Now you gotta be quiet. And they'll learn that day once Lord bring a judgment, they're gonna be like his ass, look, bitch, now you gotta be quiet. This is gonna be too late then.
It was an example of this dude was with his bitch on the train, and this bitch was talking crazy to this one nigga talking crazy. And the nigga was like, look, you better check your bitch because I'm gonna beat your ass for her talking crazy. The bitch like, you ain't gonna do shit. But now the nigga didn't say nothing. Yeah, you ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna touch him. But bro, the nigga beat his ass, bro. So now this dude got he got his ass beat because his bitch won't shut the fuck up. Because he didn't have the balls to tell his own bitch to shut the fuck up, man. Got his ass beat up.
On the train?
On the train, yeah. Because his fucking nigga woman wouldn't shut up. It's back in that was it on that?
Mm-hmm.
It's back in Jeremiah 44.
Slap me off, keep going.
All right. It's only 24. All right, verse 26. Surah 25, verse 20. Oh, sorry, we're only read 24. It's Surah 25, verse 24. The woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all died.
So you shouldn't be saying shit.
Right. And you shouldn't be following after her because it's because of her we all die. You got no understanding. Hey, like I said in 1 Timothy 2, man. All right. Hey, in fact, let me get that. 1 Timothy 2.
I mean, that's why the whole thing went down, man. The Lord said what? Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, man.
Yeah.
Because thou hast hearkened unto the woman. This is what,
You got 1 Timothy 2:12.
This is 1 Timothy 2:12.
Sorry, 11.
Verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
Mm-hmm.
With all subjection. All right? That word subjection, the act of subjecting, obedience, subjection, subordination, man.
under the rule.
That's right, man. All right, so any women claiming to believe this, they need to, the first thing to learn is to put yourself under all subjection. That's obedient, man. Learning how to be obedient. Whatever is going, your man says, and if you're single, and just be obedient, period. Not fucking being puffed up against men in this fucking world, man. Knowing that you're a woman and the Lord can have you get taken up. Hey, the Lord can have you get gang banged like the proud woman that was in the book of Judges, man. To the point where she was laying there at the point of death, man, if not dead. This bitch Ronda Rousey, hey, how would she get punished where she fit? She don't get humbled, man. She fuck around and get raped by 12 niggas, man. She'll be humbled then. She'll realize she's a fucking woman then that can't do shit, man.
See how much that jujitsu get your ass in.
Right.
They gonna have your ass crustled up, bitch.
Hey, strength coming from Yahweh Bashani Yahweh Shai, man. Well, it's important to be in order to what he says, man. Hey, Judith. Hey, hey, look, you know what? Motherfucking natural thing, they can take a sword and chop a motherfucking head off, they just laying there, right? It's a sharp sword. Hey, she understood her place. She said, look, she prayed to the Heavenly Father to give her strength to chop his head off, man. All right? I believe it was Judith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she prayed, man. She did two swings.
I was furnace.
Mm-hmm.
Chop that nigga down.
That's right. She prayed to the Lord for that strength.
This is 1 Timothy 4, verse 8. For bodily exercise profit little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that is not that now is, and of that which is to come.
Right. Godliness was profitable, man. That's being in order, having that reverence. Right? So that's even for you women, man. All right, it's for you men to be in order. Of course, we got to carry ourselves a certain way. Okay? And even for these women, having that godliness, man. All right, and what it wasn't for them to be in subjection, to be under that man, like it says in Corinthians, man. What is 1 Corinthians 11?
Check out one for you too. This is 1 Peter 3 and 5. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in the Most High adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
Hey, and there you go. It starts off saying they trusted in the Lord. The woman got even an inkling of faith. She's gonna humble down to her man. All right. Lord, the Lord judgment is righteous, right?
It says, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters.
The word Lord means master, to simplify for you.
Yep.
Your master. You obey your master, goddammit. All right.
It says, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. So that was it says, as long as ye do well, man. You got bitches talking about all the daughters of Sarah, but yet all on the comment board teaching a man, correcting a man.
The Lord gonna get you bitches that don't think to that shit, man.
That's right.
You go
Back to 1 Timothy 2, verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. So, notwithstanding, she should be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety.
There you go, man. So that Queen Heaven spirit is still, man. The Lord's gonna start jacking these motherfuckers up. And the women that do make, like I said, it will be something naked. They're gonna be attached to a man. I mean, they're gonna be quiet and humble. Humble, man. Knowing they need that man, knowing like we're humble to Yahweh Shai. Man, knowing we need Yahweh Shai for our salvation. Knowing we just need a period, man. There ain't no better stop. Hey, when somebody trying to break in and take your fucking, whatever you got, man. When you outside running in the dark because there ain't no electricity or whatever's going on, and you go, you women gonna wish you had a fucking a man there. All right, and especially a man of the Lord, man. There's no deliverance. You're gonna be fucking nuts, man.
Isaiah 4:1. It says 7 women cleave unto one man to take away the reproach, man. As long as they take on the name.
That's right.
Okay.
All this wickedness East America has taught, man, this rebellion, which all is a part of that same thing that happened, shit, man, that this wicked spirit is going against the Lord, serving it goes into basically it represents serving the creature more than the creator, man, showing what worship and what's weaker. All right, worship and what's weaker. As it talks about the in that Jeremiah 44. It talks about the rebellion, the pride and the rebellion, not fearing the Lord. So just because you're not fearing the Lord, doing what's right, you are worshiping the Queen of Heaven, man. You're worshiping the creature more than the Creator. You're worshiping the weaker vessel. That spirit is going to be fucking put to death.
This is Isaiah 32, verse 9. Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice. This is Isaiah 32 and 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest. As rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
There you go. So the man of the Lord, because it starts off about the man that's in righteousness, man. All right.
And it says as read that part again about rivers of water to a dry to
This is verse 2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and it covered from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place.
As rivers of water in a dry place. So the Lord is comparing what? That man being that covert unto what? Rivers of water in a dry place, man. Always like to always say a nigga thirsty. We gonna see who thirsty in that day, man. Because it said as rivers of water in a dry place, man. Go ahead.
As the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
As a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Hey, Jonah was pissed when that gourd was taken away. Yes, bro. That sun was beaming on his ass, man. Hey, so basically you getting scorched by the heat. And a man of the Lord is gonna be that covering, man. He's gonna be that shadow from that heat. The heat is what? The affliction. The heat is what? The tribulation. The heat is what? The destruction that's coming to this place, man.
And that day they're gonna be willing to be obedient then, you know?
Yeah, because even before the destruction, you got Jacob's trouble, a time like never before. A time like never before. You know, even like Masada, you know, you think of, you know, things of where, you know, it's mass torture, rape, rob, famine, whatever. It was child's play compared to what's about to happen, you know. And then, you know, you see these females, they tough, they want to buck up at you, fight you, you know, talk shit to you. They don't need you, you know. Man,
they got that Cardi B spirit on them, man. Hey, they got that fucking adulterous ass, fucking wicked ass spirit on them, man. And it's gonna get you killed, man. And majority, it says 2/3 shall die. Majority of them is women and children, man.
Esau done a number on these motherfuckers, man, to where they think they equal, man. They're not better. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about them. You know, the man is precious, man.
Peacock with the feathers.
Exactly.
Peacock with the feathers, man. The woman is the ostrich. The man is the peacock with the feathers.
Gavest thou the goodly feathers to the peacock? You know, but the Lord allowed, you know, all this to happen. And they in the trick bag, man. And, you know, and then bitch niggas too. You know what I'm saying? But, man, with these females coming, man, they have no clue. Western civilization has fucked us up, man. Damn. Right. You know?
This is verse 9. It says, rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
Now you're going to be looking for a guy in that day, like it says in Sirach, where there's no hedge, their possession is spoiled. You're going to wish you had it covering in, man.
Yep.
You're going to be getting spoiled. That bitch, I'm the cream of the crop. I got to do this. I owe humanity to survive this apocalypse. But you gonna be humbled in that day. You ain't got, you gonna be fucking destroyed, man. And not in just a quick death, man. Like the hell y'all said, man. You got to do a famine is coming. Yeah, but she said she got goats and chickens and shit. Yeah, but it's gonna be a swarm of motherfuckers that's gonna be trying to get that shit. Not to mention, hey, the Lord can have a fireball coming to hit your land. Now you gotta go and take your truck like everybody else to go and go fucking hunt for food, man. So then you can run into some niggas that's ready to and I say niggas, I mean people. That rape your ass.
The scriptures say in thy security, you're gonna be destroyed, man. In your security, what you think you done gathered up and you prepped and you did this and you got this and you got that, man, please. In your security, you're gonna be fucked up.
That movie Panic Room. The motherfucker went to the room, thought they were safe. What they do was lock themselves in that spot. Now, of course, he saw like they put a good ending. This is bullshit. Right. But they had to trap their own shit. They couldn't go nowhere. You think you locked in, but now you trapped in. Goddammit. Trapped.
Like in the movie The Book of Eli. Eli was going along the road, and those motherfuckers rode up on them bikes. Hey, what happened to that woman and her husband, man? You know? So that's why specifically we saying what a man of the Lord, man.
Right.
Hey, because judgment gonna come upon your wicked ass husband too.
Jake, that Jeremiah that we met.
Yeah.
Because he was there while she burned the incense. He allowed it, and he allowed and followed after the shit because he allowed them to talk shit to Jeremiah.
Yep. Hey, in the numbers,
And it said that it was mainly the women speaking, but the man was that co-signing. It was men that saying to like that faggot, I'm a feminist. He said so he a feminist. But damn, his woman tampon on his face.
Hey, because in numbers,
that's crazy. Yeah, this nigga really he put this white tampon on his face every month to say he partakes in her struggle.
Like not the dirty.
Yes,
yes,
the bloody ass tampon on his face.
Unfucking
Hey, but in the book of Numbers, it tells you that if your wife or a daughter vow a vow, then the father or the husband can disannul it in the day that he hears. But if he hold his peace at it, you know what I'm saying? They held their peace at it, so they was consenting. You know, they were supposed to shut that shit down. Oh, whoa. Why are you talking to a man like that? Let alone a prophet of Yahweh Shai.
They was entering shit. They talking they shit too.
Exactly.
You tell them, baby. Yeah.
Right. Poor ass niggas, man.
Looking at Jeremiah all mad. They she right there. Go back to that one. I want to have a good time.
And a lot of you bitches gonna get rejected like that one bitch did on Book of Eli again. When he killed all those niggas, that bitch was standing there and she tried to follow him. Can I come with you? He said no. What do you think happened to that bitch, man?
Exactly. Spoiled. She had no heads, man. Fucked up out there, man.
Verse 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, and be careless ones. Strip you, and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for fruitful vine.
Yeah. Right. So all the little things, your little goodies that your daddy Esau gave you, man, it's coming to an end. The little Section 8s, your food stamps.
Your good jobs too, everything. And Esau put the nigga woman above the man, man. And, you know, I said that's the woman. He put the nigga above the man. All right. Get in the job, they got them thinking they independent, they this, they that. So they can look down upon they man. But guess what? The Lord is gonna bring you down. All the time you put your sound, I don't need that nigga on me. And you gonna realize that day, yeah, damn, I need him for this.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be the frailest nigga out there. It's gonna be Melvin from fucking Players Club, man. You gonna get your ass that time, bitch. This is what you live. I walk you home every night.
Every night.
Make sure you get safe. You gonna
all the money I spent on you.
That's right, man. And he gonna be successful that day.
Mm-hmm. Hey, because you got niggas like Melvin all around, man. Wait till those animals that's locked up get out. I ain't talking about the zoos, nigga. And when them niggas get out that shit, they ain't just looking for women.
right.
They
Because in there they said booty.
Yep.
It didn't matter.
He said you kill.
Booty.
More important than food.
Yeah.
That nigga was born.
Food.
More important than drinking water.
Booty.
Hey, that nigga look like Melvin.
He did like Melvin.
That nigga look like Melvin. And he in jail just running niggas.
Any, mini, miny, Melvin. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be, man. Bunch of Melvins. That
God damn.
talking about booty.
This back in Jeremiah 44. And
I got a precept for you. This is Rock 33 and verse 18. Sirach 33:18. Hear me, O ye great men of the people, and hearken with your ears, ye rulers of the congregation. Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend power over thee while thou livest, and give not thy goods to another, lest he repent thee and for the same again. As long as thou livest and hast breath in thee, give not thyself over to any. So how much more the weaker vessel? For better it is that thy children should seek to thee, and that thou shouldst stand to their courtesy, man. All right, and it says children right there. Yes, a child, but in this day and age, a woman is counted as a child, man. They both servants. They both servants, man. And they both subordinates. All right, they should seek to your courtesy. All right, but these niggas, like Tyrese, this nigga, hey, look, they say, no, it's a terrible spirit. This nigga takes a fucking, he's taking a tray of food to his woman. Happy wife, happy life. He turns around and twerks. That's a spirit that's out there, man. Give them that, and once they get the power over you, man, now you destroy it, man. How about Shal Shai is the one with authority, man? His order, what he set up. Like we read, that godliness, man. That's profitable, man. Everything else is going to bring more the plagues upon you. That you call peace, man. Them great plagues you call peace. I'm doing a good job. I'm putting a tampon on my face, looking and then posting on the internet as if it's a great thing. Like he posted himself twerking, serving his woman. Happy wife, happy wife. What?
It's gone. That's that juice, man. That Babylon juice, that
Drink it down.
because I mean, this is what they have done, man. Everything is out of course, man. The foundations of the earth is out of course, man. They totally do everything backwards and opposite, and they knew what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? They knew what they was doing. You know, the whole feminist movement, man. Empowering women, man. See, but that's how civilizations go down, man, or kingdoms go down. You know, when you do that. You know, when you do all things contrary to the scriptures, that's why the scriptures talk about the kingdom is translated, you know, from one kingdom to another because of injuries, riches got by deceit, you know, this, that, and the other thing. And part of that also is you know, putting some women in power. You know, putting them on the pedestal. You know, like you know that picture where the dude is, you know, he's holding up the world. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, this is the vibration that they're pushing, and it's systematically fucking us up, purposely. You know, and that's why the Lord is going to do what the scripture brought out this Saturday: overturn it, man.
Hey, earlier today, I think it was earlier today, Apostle Ramlab did a lesson, or was it yesterday? I don't know, my days and stuff, but he did a lesson saying that pretty much we in a psychological warfare. You know, when he was going into the Willie Lynch letter, showing the Willie Lynch letter, you know what I'm saying, how they demasculate the man, you know, in the different things, you know. The propaganda, the systematic destruction of our people, how they put it out there, set the woman over the man, get the man out the house, you know. And that's why it's important that we come back to the old ways, man. Wherein is the good way, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, we ran Isaiah 3. They destroyed the path. It is the back to Brother Yaakov, man. It is Isaiah 47. I got a couple. It's Isaiah 47 and 9. You know I'm just be 9. But these two things shall come to be in a moment and one day. The loss of children and widow. Let's talk about Babylon, man. You know that Babylon Jews, right? The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. All right? And turn away from the Lord, you know, doing things contrary to the law, is those sorceries, is those enchantments. That's what brings the wickedness, right? Esau knew that. So what did they do? Leviticus 19:29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore. Can you get the shit? It's Esther. Why is that so I'm thinking of it? It's Esther. Can you get the first chapter? Esther? Yeah. Leviticus 19:29. Do not prostitute thy daughter. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. right? And witchcraft is produced and thrives off wickedness, man. Right? Those are works of darkness. We saw who made them do it? Esau.
Mhm.
Who pushed this shit out there? Esau, man. Who made the TV shows and the movies? Who made the goddamn Ghostbusters all women? Who made the goddamn new Oceans movie all women? The brawny bitches, man. The brawny paper towel. The man is now women. And one of them, bro, I'm so blue. It's been at least like a couple of months. The one bitch got one arm, proud as fuck, posing. She's brave. She's a woman with one arm. She's so brave. Man, beat it.
To Charles Army.
Right.
Yeah.
The strongest fighters in Wakanda was the women, not the goddamn Black Panther. He wasn't the strong. So it said in the movie, it literally said the strongest fighters in the land was those warrior bitches. But what about the nigga that's actually the Black Panther?
What about the king? You know?
And what about the dudes in the woo in the
Right.
all them dudes.
Right. Why they go to them? Why them bitches can do it? All them bitches, it took all them bitches to fight the one Killmonger.
This is the vibration.
That shit crazy. I forgot about that. Oh man. Hey man, but you know what? The Lord so cold, he put it on Esau's spirit to make them bitches bald head, man. To be ashamed to them, man. It's a you women are ashamed being out of order like that, man. And independent ladies, man. Look where independence has gotten, man. You fucking miserable. You bitches are miserable. They 40s and shit. Just miserable, talking shit. Just this and that. This single miserable, smoking Virginia Slims and Newport Mythos, man. I think the more miserable you are, you get determined by the type of cigarette they smoke. Virginia Slims, man, you at the pinnacle of your miserability. You just like niggas. I just did all this shit, and I know it's me that's the piece of shit, but I'm gonna blame every nigga on the planet and smoke my Virginia Slims and talk shit.
Hey, that's why they hate that nigga Corey Holcomb, though. Man, the brother Khaya was showing me a stand-up this nigga did this past Sunday. His whole stand-up was talking about the nigga woman, though. Going in on that. Then at the end of his show, he said, okay, ladies, what did we learn? That I'm not shit? They was like, yeah. He was like, but did you know that my show was designed to show you that you ain't shit? Bro, man, my man's was hilarious, bro. All on the nigga woman, bro. They kept panning to the crowd, showing a different nigga woman. They stale face. I'm like, bro, this nigga funny as fuck. Bro, the nigga funny as hell. It could be.
You can't tell Jake no shit like that.
It could be.
Right.
It's called.
Put the link in the description box.
It's called Your Way Not Working, or something to that effect. Like your way not working.
Hey, that's the spirit we're going into. It's not working, man.
Yep.
That's the spirit of Egypt. This is part of the spirit of Egypt, man. That Queen of Heaven spirit, which is simply a rebellious spirit, man. All right, whether you were an actual woman that's putting yourself over a man, or you just the man that's not following order, how about Shani how shine. All right? Because hey, as Israelites, we're supposed to be the wife to Yahweh by Shani how shine. So if you out of order, guess what? You serving the Queen of Heaven as well, man. Which is Jeremiah 44 plainly said that rebellious spirit, man. So like you got the Esther or whatever you're gonna do.
This is the book of Esther, the first chapter, and the 9th verse. It says, also Vashti the queen made a feast for the women in the royal house which belonged to King Ahasuerus. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Uhamim, Biztha, Harbana, Bigtha, and Abatha, Zethar, and Carcass, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king, to bring Vashti the queen before the king with the crown royal, to show the people and the princes her beauty, for she was fair to look on. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him.
Right, what did it say? It said it was a group that she had to gather up women with her.
Yep.
Out of a garment coming the mouth, and out of a women coming quickness. So there's a bunch of bitches there. That spirit of pride was heavy up in that man. And she showed it. She made it manifest right there.
She was feeling herself.
Yeah. Thinking she's something when this is all his shit.
It definitely said the house that belonged to King Ahasuerus.
She ain't want to come with that. She ain't want to come to his beck and call, man.
This is verse 13. Then the king said to the wise men which knew the times, for so was the king's manner towards all that knew law and judgment. And the next unto him was Karshina, Shathar, Admatha, Tarshish, Meres, Marcina, and Memucan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face and which sat the first in the kingdom. What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to the law? Because she hath not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains. And Memucan answered before the king and the princes, Vashti the queen hath not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes and to all the people that are in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes when it shall be reported. The king Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen, this shall there arise too much contempt and wrath.
There you go. And Esau knows that. All right? And he used that for his witchcraft because, like he used that Leviticus 19. All right? He's against what the Lord says, man. But that's what this is built off of, man. And this is 1 Samuel 15:23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because God has rejected the word of Yahweh, he hath also rejected him from being king. So Esau built the system going contrary to what's right. Okay? He set it up, the independent woman, the Beyonce's, the TLC. He pushed that vibration, man. All right? And the Lord is going to come and put this shit to shame. He's doing it. So the spirit of Egypt shall fail, man. That's what's happening. So this economy is going to collapse, and you're going to see. You're going to see more and more people. You're going to see the wicked get humbled, man.
Yeah, you got examples in Venezuela, Greece. You know, Venezuela was those women with those high, good jobs.
Doctors, lawyers, teachers.
Yeah. But then now they want to be prostituted.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be way worse over here.
Yeah. They can't live up the land a little bit over here. This is all, it's like I said, concrete jungle. You can't live off the land even a little bit here.
And also Venezuela, like they was able to go to Argentina and Brazil and, you know, the different surrounding. Where the fuck you gonna go here? Where you gonna go? You gonna go from Illinois to Montana, nigga? What you gonna do?
It ain't safe, like you said. They thought they were so secure in America, man. It's gonna be your downfall.
It says, verse 19, Esther 1:19. And if it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she. So all you hoes, man, hey, it's women that the Lord got prepared for the men of the Lord, man. You know? What's that? Fuck, I just had it in my head. Damn, I just had it in my head. Oh well, it left. This is the water, bro. Oh my God, bro. The water. Call Halal and Laya, how about Sham Yahushai? Hey, when King David put away what was her name? Milcah.
That's the spirit unruly. Yeah, he put milk away and said, I should be had in honor by the maidens that she scoffed against, basically.
Micah,
It's,
Micah,
yeah.
yeah, her ass, man.
Yeah.
King Saul's daughter, man. She came out talking crazy to King David. King David put her ass away, man.
She just talked shit. He didn't pop her no more. She ain't had no children.
That's right.
So he's doing other women. And that's spiritual too. Hey, you 230, they're gonna be set aside, man. You fake ass preachers, man, you false prophets. A word gonna set y'all aside, man. He gonna deal with y'all, man. Y'all gonna be put to shame, man.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is back in Jeremiah 44, verse read 17 again. It says, "But we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth, to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings and our princes in the cities of Judah, and in the streets of Jerusalem. For then had we plenty of victuals, and were well and saw no evil. But since we left off to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her, we have wanted all things, and have been consumed by the sword and by the famine." Which shows you they didn't have no integrity, man, at all. And Sirach 2:1 says, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation, man. It also says to prove a friend first. So the Lord gonna put you through that fire, that trial, to see if you can be trusted, man. Sirach the 4th chapter, the 17th verse. You know, Lord is gonna put us through that, man. Verse 19. "And when we burnt incense to the Queen of Heaven, and poured out drink offerings unto her, did we make her cakes to worship her, and pour out drink offerings unto her without our men?" Just letting you know these are goddamn women speaking, man. It says, "Then Jeremiah said unto all the people, to the men and to the women, and to all the people which had given him that answer, saying, The incense that ye burnt in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, ye and your fathers, your kings and your princes, and the people of the land, did not Yahweh remember them? And came it not into his mind? So that Yahweh could no longer bear because of the evil of your doings, and because of the abominations which ye have committed? Therefore is your land in desolation, and an astonishment, and a curse without inhabitant, as at this day." It says, "Because you have burnt incense, and because ye have sinned against Yahweh, and have not obeyed the voice of Yahweh, nor walked in his law, nor in his statutes, nor in his testimonies, therefore this evil has happened unto you as at this day." And that's what's going to come again, man.
What's more?
Keep going.
What verse is that?
23.
Keep going.
This verse 24. "Moreover, Jeremiah said unto all the people and to all the women, Hear the word of Yahweh, all Judah that are in the land of Egypt. Thus said the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, saying, Ye and your wives have both spoken with your mouths and fulfilled with your hand, saying, We will surely perform our vows that we have vowed, to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her. Ye will surely accomplish your vows, and surely perform your vows. Therefore hear ye the word of Yahweh, all Judah that dwell in the land of Egypt. Behold, I have sworn by my great name, saith the Lord, that my name shall no more be named in the mouth of any man of Judah in all the land of Egypt."
Right, and that this is already happening, this part. But guess what? Spiritually, man, the Lord said you're going to fulfill that vow. That plague is going to increase on you. He's going to give you over further and further into that reprobate mind.
Yep.
That's what he's going into. He said he's going to take away his name, so he fucked them up more. All right, evil men shall wax worse swords. You're going to get more and more bugged out.
It says, saying, The Lord power liveth. Behold, I will watch over them for evil and not for good. And all the men of Judah that are in the land of Egypt shall be consumed by the sword and by the famine, until there be an end of them. Yet a small number that escape the sword shall return out of the land of Egypt into the land of Judah, and all the remnant of Judah that are gone into the land of Egypt to sojourn there shall know whose word shall stand, mine or theirs.
That's right. And we're in that time right now, man. The Lord is confirming the words of his prophets, like it says in the scriptures. All right? So these things are going to come, man. It's famine, the sword, destruction, the fall of this economy, man. All right, plagues and whatever else the Lord got planned, man. He got a lot of destruction planned out, man. It says death, darkness, and not light. And all the proud is gonna be humbled in that day, man.
Mm-hmm.
All you queen of heaven worshipers, man. That's talking about you men and you women. Jeremiah said that you men and women say these things, man. But y'all last working together in this wickedness, man. If you're not serving how about you not shine, this is what you're going right now in spiritual Egypt, man.
What's that? Second Chronicles. Go ahead, brother.
This is Ezekiel 30 and 13. Thus saith Yahweh of power, I will also destroy the idols, and I will cause their images to cease out of law. And there shall be no more a prince of the land of Egypt, and I will put fear in the land of Egypt. You know, that great destruction is coming. You know, these people are going to learn how to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, and spiritually, those idols are dying. You know, what does it say? I destroyed them with the spirit of his mouth. You know, by us. And then, you know, that physical destruction never comes. You know.
Yeah, we read the Wisdom of Solomon. It says there should be a visitation upon their idols as well. This is Jeremiah 46 and 25. Yahweh, Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, saith, behold, I will punish the multitude of No and Pharaoh and Egypt with their gods and their kings, even Pharaoh and all of them that trust in him, man. So that visitation is going to be upon those idols as well, man. It's Isaiah 19 and 1, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, man.
So everything about this place is going to be crumbling, man. All this you trust in, all this rebellion and death you trust in, man, about to crumble. All right? Going to be showing that this shit is not going to stand. And like it says in Isaiah 47, go to your enchantment, see if they'll save you, man. Mm-hmm. See if you can save yourself from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. And see if that bitch going to save you. See if you can save yourself. See if Esau can save you. See if FEMA can save you. Okay? See if Donald Trump can save you. All right?
This is Numbers 34 and 4. It says, for the Egyptians buried all their firstborn, which Yahweh had smitten among them. Upon their gods also Yahweh executed judgments.
There you go. When they realized that shit they was into was bullshit. The shit they trusted in was bullshit.
But they said, surely this is the finger of God.
That's right. That's right. They knew that that's the judgment that was upon the idols. That what the Lord said stood, and the shit they was into didn't hold no water. They couldn't save it. It crumbled. They humbled down to it, man. They had to humble down to Yahweh Shai from that shit, man.
This is Judges 2 and verse 3. Therefore, I also said, I will not drive them out from before you, but they shall be as thorns in your side. And it's like,
Well, you did. Oh, okay, go ahead.
This is Judges 10 and verse 14. Go and cry unto the gods which he has chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
Right. Right. And it ain't gonna happen. Yeah. Cry out to them. Hey, the Lord, like you said in Jeremiah 44, the prophet's telling us right. Y'all wasn't rebelled. Cry out to them guys, man. Shit, man. Go cry to Beyonce.
Right.
See if she can save you, man. Hey, like I say, they worship her right now. See, I forgot about that. This bitch got a church.
Yeah.
Bitch got 2 churches now. Because was it last year or 2 years ago? They said there was one in like Atlanta or some shit. And I think just recently they said there's people are going to California to worship her in church. Let Queen Bee saved it. How they say it, man. All right, they part of the Beehive. Yeah.
Anyway, it's gonna be demolished by a bunch of bees. Like it says in Wisdom of Solomon, it says, whereby a man sinneth knows that he shall be punished, man. whole bunch of bees gonna come attack your ass, man. This is Jeremiah 2:26. It says, as the thief is ashamed when he is found, so is the house of Israel ashamed. They, their kings, their princes, and their priests, and their prophets, saying to a stock, thou art my father, and to a stone, thou hast brought me forth. For they have turned their back unto me, and not their face. But in the time of their trouble, they will say, arise and save us. But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble. For according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. Hey, so like the brothers were saying, man. Hey, when all hell come upon you, Proverbs the 1st chapter, and your calamity come upon you, man. You see, that's when motherfuckers gonna try to get right now. Where those men that was saying, what's the name? Oh, I think they said Yahweh. I think they said Yahweh Shai. They said, what? We gotta live this way. That it's gonna be too late then, man. Those doors of repentance is closing, man.
And Jeremiah said he can take his name from it. They're gonna be like the Matrix thing when he had that shit pop over his mouth. Get open his mouth and shit, man.
This is Proverbs 1 verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamities. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. Kind of says verse 26. It says, "I will mock when your fear cometh." So the Lord knows all your fears. Like I gave an example. As a spider, you scared of spiders, you might see a lot of them on you. He said, and then he said when your fear comes as destruction, so it's gonna be a lot of people dying out here.
That's right. No good on that. Go ahead, you on, bro.
Hey, Shalom, Akim. How about you, man? Shabrakatah, how could I Brakatah, Akim?
Hey, how about you, Shabrakatah, bro?
I wanted to, I just wanted to ask in a point that you made about, the scripture when you brought out, it says, as a thief is ashamed, man. And the thing is, man, all our people, man, outside of this truth, man, they're going to be found to be criminals, man. They're going to be found to be fugitives, man. That's the difference between the elect and everybody else in this nation, man. And especially these women, man. They've taken a gift from the enemy, man. And I have the scripture right here, Akim. This is this First Timothy's 5 and 14. I will therefore that the younger women marry, right, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully, okay? And giving that occasion to the adversary is basically, it reminds me of those old vampire movies, man. They got a rule: a vampire cannot enter your house unless the owner lets it in. But right now, you got who's running the house right now? The so-called goddamn nigger woman, man. She worships this goddamn devil, man. All right, and anybody that he deems to be an enemy is an enemy. And then, it also makes me think about like in World War II, man. After World War II, and after the Germans got defeated or whatever, all those women that was dealing with the Germans over there in Europe, man, they were considered enemies, man. They got paraded in front of their communities, man. They got paraded, they got shat on, they got their head shaved, showing you right there that having no hair is a reproach. Okay, they got their head shaved. All right, people throwing shit at them, and that's what's gonna happen now. It's gonna be just like, because this is just a prison house, man. And what happens when you have a prison riot? Because that's what's about to happen, man. When this dollar collapses and everything goes to shit. it's going to be like a big ass prison riot. And the first thing that happens in a prison riot is people settle scores, man. People come see about niggas that snitched on them and shit like that, and people that got them locked up. You know what I'm saying? So hey, man, payback time is coming, and especially even gonna be worse on these fucking women, man. You know, because all these, you got a whole movement. You got the MGTOW movement, man. You got a bunch of Tommy Sotomayor's coming out, man. You got this. I remember this chick, that one chick, Madam Logic Bomb. She talking about how she gonna go to Europe. Well, bitch, if you go to Europe, you're gonna get raped by an Arab, man, and the goddamn African, and then beat to death by a skinhead, man. So good luck with that, man. There's gonna be nowhere to go for these damn nigga women, man. Ain't like that song, who can I run to? You ain't gonna have nobody to run to, man. All right, because right now the Lord's hands is extended right now, man. The hand of mercy, man. So hey, man, and what does the scripture say? You add sin upon sin. You add sin upon sin. Hey, these women are adding more shit on their rap sheet, man, because they're gonna be found as criminals, man. You know. So I just wanted to make that point, Akim, man. The water for letting me bring that out, and hey, man, y'all brothers is, saying y'all on fire, brother, So I'll just let y'all get back to it. Y'all about your shot, brother, Akim.
Yeah, y'all about your shot, brother, Shalom, brother. Con. Yep, this is 2 Corinthians. Nope, 2 Chronicles. Salakia. This is 2 Chronicles 15 and 13. It says that whosoever would not seek Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, power of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. Hey, so if you ain't seeking Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, man, hey, you seeking death, man. And they that do take hold of his side do find it, as it is written in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, the last verse.
What was that again?
2 Chronicles 15 and 13.
That's got again. All right. So hey, hope it's edifying. All right, all praises and glory to
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai,
all right. Double honors to the apostles. The salutations to you brothers doing this thing sincerely and truth down with charity. The Bible ball.
Bible bar.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Oh, I was so